Hi everyone, my name is Wawa and this is Nation Wars King of the Sea tournament, match number 2 between Team Philippines and Team Singapore, and it is gonna be game number 1 between Anavar here spawning as the Blue Terran, and he is going up against Zhasz spawning as the Pink Zerg right here at the 8 o'clock position, and we are gonna do this right here at the Metalopolis map, which is one of the most famous maps in the game right now. It is one of the most played ones, and it is always in the first page if you're gonna play the custom game maps. It is always in the first page, and it is just a pretty amazing map, pretty well balanced as a lot of people say. But then again, I think it is highly favoring the Terrans, as they do have those Reapers that can really harass, and I'll tell you guys about that more about that later on. So after the first match, Singapore leads 1-0 with Tagan's 2-0 domination over DavSP. Tagan just surprised DavSP with his great early harassments, and that became the winning factor in those matches, as we see this scouting probe right here just looking what's up and just staying inside as the barracks goes down, and a scouting probe also for Anavar here at around Zha's base, and as he gets this extractor right here, and spawning pool should be up fairly soon, and it should be here fairly soon. So that matchup between Tagan and Davisvi just shows us how proper early scouting, how much it is that is necessary, especially in the outcome of the match. If you want to determine the flow of the match, do proper early scouting, as you will be able to control the phase of the map and most likely win up the games you're gonna play. Now finally, that spawning pool is gonna be made for Zhasz. As we look at the production tab, the spawning pool is going down. Also the Marines, and as we see right here, Anavar isn't really going to be going for that Reaper harass that I have said earlier. And one thing that I have said before, that why this map favors Terran, because of this very wide ledge that people can easily come up to, or those Reapers can easily jump on. Over here also, they can just go down from here and then just travel all across the traverse and just climb up here on the other side of the ledge. It is so easy for Reapers to do early harassing in this map, especially it is hard to guard all of these areas, especially if you just have Zealots, I mean Zerglings, and that slow queen that can't really go far and can't really go off creeps, because it's gonna be very useless if it does go off creeps, as we do see that metabolic boost is being researched and is on the way. And also we see a gas stealing here by Zhasz, trying to steal this Vesping baser off Anavar, as it does really help to stall off that Reaper harass, or if it is gonna happen, it really is gonna stall that Reaper harass, and he's gonna be canceling and building again. So this is pretty effective way of Zhasz doing and cutting off all that refinery for being it to be built up fairly soon. As we do see a factory going down here in the corner of this map, so it's a pretty sneaky one. So it's a thing that I don't really think that Zhasz doesn't know, and we should see some starports coming down really soon, as we do see he is making a lot of Marines right now, and we should see a medevac fairly soon, as he is gonna be going for the 1-1-1 build. I am assuming right now, but I'm not sure yet, as a Hellion is gonna go down. I mean, gonna be built, and it is gonna be a starport and a 1-1-1 build opening for Anavar. And we do see the hatchery over here from Zhasz. An expansion is pretty good, and 2 queens. Wow, he really was, I think he really was afraid of that early Reaper harassment, because queens do good, especially on creep against Reapers, and speedlings really do, or your only choice to fend off the Reapers. So really, yeah, you need those speedlings and their speed boost to really fend off all those early harassments from the Terran. As we see the wall finally being made completed, and there's 7 Marines right now for Anavar, so he is in a good position right now. to take control of the map, but we do have 8 Zerg speedlings here at the outside of Anavar's map, so it is gonna be highly probable that we will see a long macro game right here. And Zhasz, you're doing a good job controlling those cell Naga towers in the center of the map. Those are really good positions, and controlling those 2 spots really does give you a better chance of winning, as because you know when and where your opponents will be, especially in the middle of the map, as that sacrifice overlord is going down, and you do see that starport is loading up some units and dropping them at outside of the base. So convenient way of letting some units out to do some harassing. They don't have to grab down that supply depot, so it kind of kills the chance that Zerglings can go up there. So good job, as we do see some spine crawlers going up, and these Zerglings are gonna be fending off all of this rebellions over here, or are they gonna be roasted to the pulp? And they are going down one by one. They're on the red, and yes, 5 Zerglings going down in 1 blast. That's a pretty good job for Anavar, killing off all those Zerglings, but he really couldn't do anything to damage the economy of Zhasz, as we do see right here, Zhasz here just starting to build up all his economy and his natural, and we still have these 3 Hellions right here, and loading by this dropship, by this medevac. So a fully loaded medevac, so we might see some drops over here. I'm not sure, but here's a scouting Zergling. I wonder how much he's gonna be able to see, as he should go down to these Hellions right here. So yeah, he didn't really see much. Not a good sacrifice. But then again, it is just a Zergling, so it doesn't really mean a lot. As we do see some banelings being made right now. I missed that banelings nest. Wow, sorry about that. And we do see the spire going up again pretty early right here. But it is gonna be able to counter off that forces of Hellions, but it is gonna have a hard time with these Marines. I'm pretty sure, because Marines right now are the good counter to those Mutalisks, especially with that magic box was invented. It made those stores really ineffective. But then again, pulling off the magic box is also pretty tricky. You have to be very careful and placing and when to stop those Mutalisks to really just get on top of those stores. As we do see the command center, or the second command center being made for Anavar right here, and it should be able to expanding right here really soon. It's gonna try to secure that expansion right there with the push right here, which is always good to do, like as the pros always say that expand when you are pushing. So if your push fails, you can make units much easier and much quicker having 2 vase. As we see 2 extractors here being made for Zhasz and his natural, so he's gonna be needing those gas really early, because he is expecting some Mutalisks pretty soon, and to keep up with the production of those Mutalisks, he needs a lot of gas. As we see the drop being made right here at the natural expansion of Zhasz, and he's gonna try to chip down on those drones, but it's not really gonna be effective, as these banelings are gonna be coming in and gonna try to do some damage. But yes, it did kill a couple of people. And it did kill 1 Hellion, but could have done a lot more damage if the Hellion wasn't there. Could have killed more Zealots, Marines. And here we go, more banelings coming in for Zhasz, and this drop is gonna be killed. Wow, killing off all those units. Also, those banelings are gonna go down. Wow, good job by Zhasz. But then again, he did throw off a lot of banelings to that small army. So I'm not sure if it is a fair trade. Maybe I think Zhasz is in a back foot also after that collision, because he did sacrifice a lot of banelings. And we see a Thor here right now to counter off those Mutalisks. So Thors are still very good, especially with that magic box, because Thors are just super tough, and it's very hard to kill, especially if there's 2 SCVs guarding it. It is almost indestructible. As we see this expansion here from Anavar, he is trying to secure it, and finally gonna be sending off some SCVs over there and having that bunker filled up with those Marines. So that thing is pretty secured, as a hidden armor here was made before, so that I don't think Zhasz here even knows that there is a Thor that was made. So he might be off guard a little bit. And here we go, some Zerglings gonna be pushing in, gonna try to kill off this bunker, but it's not the smartest idea, because he should have just went to that mineral line, but instead he is gonna go for that bunker and gonna be able to kill it off. Good job. And gonna be trying to kill off all those marines, and those SCVs gonna be repairing each other. Not gonna be effective, and those fuels there are gonna go down easily to those zerglings, as those medevacs are coming in very late and gonna be trying to heal off all of these SCVs. But those Thors finally coming into the picture and are